Do you want a fun and easy way to make treats with your friends or family? Well, here's what you can do. You can make some delicious brownies, and it only takes about 25 minutes to 40 to make. Before you do anything, you're gonna have to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a very important step because once you get done mixing all your ingredients, you do not want to have to wait for that oven to heat up. After you preheat your oven, make sure to wash your hands, and if you have long hair like me, it's good to always put it up. Right. After you're done washing your hands and putting your hair up, you're gonna need your utensils. So you'll need the measuring spoons and the measuring cups, along with the spatula and the whisk, 2 measuring bowls, it doesn't matter the size. You'll also need 1 8x8 pan. All right, for this recipe, your ingredients will be flour, sugar, baking powder, cocoa powder, butter, vanilla extract, 2 eggs, chocolate chips, and then you will also need salt. The first thing you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to melt some butter. So you're just gonna take the whole stick and break it in half, put it in the microwave. And then for the butter, you'll just press 30 seconds. Add your dry ingredients. So first I'm gonna start off with a cup of white sugar and make sure that you level it. I also forgot to mention that you needed a butter knife. It helps with leveling. So you just put it into the big bowl, and then next move on with the flour. Flour, you will need a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. And then you'll just level it out like this. You'll pack it down in there. And then you'll level it just like that. And then you put it into the bowl. So now with your baking powder, you will just need 1/4 teaspoon. And then you just throw it in there. You need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This is just to add more flavor to it. Salt enhances the flavors of the sweet part, which is the cocoa powder, which is what brownies are known for. So you'll need 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. You just throw it into your bowl. And then when you're done with all your dry ingredients, you'll just mix it all together with your whisk. Okay, ingredients, so you add in your melted butter. And then you'll need your 2 eggs. I mastered cracking eggs with 1 hand because my mother taught me. She's very good at it. She made me go into baking, and I love it now. It is so much fun to me, and I think that it definitely helps with stress. If you're ever stressed and you can just bake, it's always a good tactic, and you get some yummy food out of it too. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then all your wet ingredients are done, and then you can just mix them all together. Okay, you can stop. Very important to note that make sure that your butter isn't super hot, because if you start stirring your eggs and your butter together, it can make them like curdle. And then you don't want the eggs to curdle before you start baking. And then now that both of your dry ingredients and your wet ingredients are all incorporated, like mixed fully on their own, you'll just add your wet ingredients to your dry ingredients, and then you'll mix those together.
Okay, good. Okay, you can stop.
When I used to bake with my mom and my grandma all the time, and it was like brownie batter like this or cookie batter, I would always make sure to get the spatula or the whisk afterwards and lick it before my other siblings can. That's probably really bad for you because you can get salmonella, but if you really like your brownies to be good, then you should probably do this. I just always eyeball this, and then you can just add in, it's chocolate chips. You'll just pour some in. I have the chunkier one, and then you'll just fold this into your batter, because you don't want to overmix it, because if you overmix, then you'll get like air bubbles in there. Just spray your pan with any cooking spray, because you don't want your brownies to stick to the pan, because they won't come off and then you won't be able to eat them. And then afterwards, your brownie batter should look like this. Kind of thick consistency, but it can still fall off the spatula a little bit. And then you'll just scoop this into your pan. And then once your brownie batter is in your pan, you can just spread it out to all the corners evenly and make sure that it is covered all over. And then once your brownie batter is all spread out, you can just hit it on the counter a couple times so that all the air bubbles get out of it. Brownies in your oven at 350 degrees. Sorry. And then you'll just set your timer to 25 minutes. And then we'll see how they look after that. And while you're waiting for your brownies to cook, you can just clean up whatever you want. Your brownies are done. You'll just pull them out of the oven and be careful, the pan is very hot. And then you'll just let them cool down for it. Brownies are done. You can just serve them on a plate and enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I really hope that you guys use this recipe. It is very delicious. Have a good one.